What up, tubers? Welcome back to another draft here on Arena. Thanks for watching. Hit that like and subscribe if you haven't already. And don't forget to check out cardkingdom.com/Numot for all your magic card needs. As always, if you haven't subscribed yet, I hope to earn your subscription today as we're on our way to 100K subs. Let's get that money, honey. This is Pioneer Masters in prep for the upcoming Arena Open. Actually, I think the Arena Open is next week or the week after. So, Pioneer Masters, what do we got for our pick one, pack one? Our rare being Lifebane Zombie. Not a card I think you generally first pick. Totally fine, but not first pick worthy IMO. I think Catacomb Sifter might be the best card power level wise in the pack. The only issue is that it's 2-color right off the bat, but I don't mind doing that. I think the card is good enough to take. Pick one, pack one. Mainly because the rest of the pack's not very strong. So let's see what happens. We'll take the Sift and get past. Okay, ooh. Some really good stuff here. The Zathrid Necromancer is relatively strong. There are a decent number of humans in the format, so this is just an annoying creature. I mean, it's a 2/2 by itself, but when it dies, it's going to replace itself. Scourge of Valkis is decent, but not anything crazy. Generally, it's going to be a harder to cast big dragon, but if you're going to go like mono red or something, which is one of the best decks in the format, this is pretty solid, of course. Blood Tithe Harvester, I think, also incredible, one of the best uncommons in the format. And then you have some other okay cards, District Guide, Cutthroat. If I wanted to follow up the Catacomb Sifter, I would just take the Zathrid Demon. Sorry, the Zathrid Necromancer. I think the best card in this pack, though, is the Blood Tithe Harvester. If you had an affinity for heavy red, I think taking Scourge is fine, and I mean, I do, but I'm not going to do it here. We'll just take the Harvester and move on. All right. Third pick, a little bit off what we're doing. There's a Butler we could third pick. That's kind of weak. Some decent blue cards here. Sight Beyond Sight's really nice. Thunderclap Wyvern. I don't really care for the blue-white deck, but if you're going to be playing blue-white, then you do want this one. There's the Cloudfin Raptor for some solid evolving. Demir Guildgate. All the Guildgates are always great. Wandering Fumarole, solid. I think I was supposed to take Sight Beyond Sight here. I think it's the strongest individual card, and it's also just one color. The card I keep wanting to play, but discard your hand, search your library for 3 cards, put them into your hand. 7 mana, however. What is the best card here? I'm guessing it's Kabira Takedown. Savage Punch is all right. Actually, there are 3 different white removal spells here. Reckoning, Reprisal, and Kabira. I'm just going to stay very open. Let's take the Kabira Takedown. Okay. We'll try to find a lane eventually, but for now, let's just try to read some signals. Seed Guardian's pretty good. Very annoying creature that's hard to not get value off of. Treasure Cruise, Possess Scab. The Asp is always just a nice big creature. A couple of okay black creatures. What is the best card here? It might be Scab. I like Scab quite a bit. All right. That's a decent Bile Blight pickup 6 pick. Couple of lands that could fix. No, we'll just take the removal. Doesn't look like the Kabira Takedown is going to get there anytime soon. I don't know. I think you could have taken the Seed Guardian if you wanted to. But generally, I like Scab a little bit more. Which one's this one? Oh, the 8 mana Mindslaver. That's another one that I always want to end up playing. That effect is so good, but man, 8 mana in this format. Ah. And this is not like, I mean, this is a higher power draft format, but it's not a cube where, like in cube, a mind control effect is, sorry, a mind slaver effect is absurd and often game winning. But in a more basic limited format, it's a lot harder to pull off. So I think I'll just take another Sight Beyond Sight here. A little bit sad about it, but if it's right, it's right. Cruel Revival. It does not get back the scab if the scab has died, because this exiles itself. But it would return the scab if it gets like milled or discarded. Okay, and this is another zombie, right? Yeah. Ingenious Scab is really solid. Courier's Briefcase here as well. We might be more of a blue-black control-y deck. Nothing wrong with that. This is not going to really be a cutthroat deck. Toil, probably not. Guess we might run the Mizium Skin. Depends on how many valuable creatures I get worth protecting, you know? In regards to if the skin is going to be worth playing. We're probably not going to need Read the Bones. We already have double Sight Beyond Sight. I'm actually going to take the Ingot here in case we end up splashing. Vision's good. Okay, Baleful Eidolon's not bad as an early blocker. Another freaking Lifebane zombie, but good news for us here. We did open a Philagi and a Tomebound Lich, and I think the Philagi's a better pickup than the Lich is. Just like the premium blue common in, well, rather the premium common in blue. We might even wield a Tomebound Lich, though I'd be a little bit surprised about that. But I think Philagi is always going to be the choice there. Okay, yeah, again, this is a good start to a blue-black deck. Need to pick up at least 1 or 2 Delve cards, be it Treasure, Cruise, or Gurmag Angler. Removal is a little bit lacking right now, but we do have early game enough plays that I'm not concerned about the red decks quite yet. Okay, another solid enough pack. I will take the Tidebinder Mage over Cutthroat, but I do think the Cutthroat would be fine as well. There's just enough, like green and red are good enough aggro decks in this format that Tidebinder Mage, you're pretty likely to have a deck where this is a hit, you know? Dreadhound. Not the biggest fan of this one in the blue-black control-y deck. I think we'd rather take the Izzet Guildgate there. Okay, and now we can take like Wild Slash and maybe splash the Harvester too. And just go straight up Grixis maybe. Another Izzet Guildgate is a good follow-up, sure. Rampager the best card here, but that's no big deal. Casting cost of Bile Blight and Mage looking a little bit sus, but that'll be okay if I get enough fixing. Actually, I guess the Ingot might still be played then. I'm not sure how confident I am in this draft format for the Arena Open. Damn, that's a 6th pick Rimrock Knight. One of the best red commons. Let's take the Flesh here for some more cheap interaction. Counter would also be fine. Same thing with Consider. Okay, Rakdos Guildgate. Yeah, we've got pretty decent fixing now for this control deck. I just need a couple win cons now. Like maybe we can get lucky and pick up an Etherling or something. Or like I said, a couple delve cards would be great. There's one. Perfect, perfect, perfect. There's a Gurmag. We're losing out on a Rakdos Guildgate, but no big deal. There's one. And did wheel the Lich. All right, that's huge. Very nice. Very, very nice. I guess the awkward thing about splashing red is that the Harvester and the Slash kind of want to be earlier game plays. So it might even just be better not to splash the red and keep it pure 2-color unless we get something in pack 3 that really leans us in that direction. But yeah, those last couple of pickups here really, really made the deck better. How many zombies am I at now? And we're actually at 4 zombies for the Cruel Revival. So I'm going to have to pay attention to the delve. How good is Raptor for us? Raptor seems pretty bad in blue-black. Not that Skeleton's much better. Like, if anything, I might play the Witch's Mark or the Cyclops here. Cyclops blocks early and can be relevant later on, you know? Is there a world where I'm actually still playing green? I guess there could be. Maybe we're Sultai? Or we could run Sultai. I mean, we have so much red fixing that it's unlikely, but you never know. I have not seen Furious Rise do anything. That seems like a card that's kind of harder to pull off. You would want to be, what, red-green for this? Just pick up a bunch of rhinos and audacities and stuff. Oh, wield the Consider and the Nimble Naiad. Or Nimbus Naiad, or whatever it's called. What? We couldn't open 3 Lifebane zombies? What do we got here for pack 3? Pick one. Probably Jessian Thief, passing Scab Flesh. Hoping to wield a Flesh, I suppose. So could use a couple more removal spells. Or counters. Haven't picked up any Essence Scatters. We have Devour, Bile Blight, and Cruel Revival right now. Come on, pack 3. Give me what I crave. And that ain't bad. Man, too many options here. Sheesh. Wow, what a pack. What a good pack overall. Colossus, Ram, Warhound, Scatter, Cruise, Scab. It's a tough choice. I kind of want to just take another Possessed Scab. They're so good in this deck. But then again, we wield the... No, I should probably pass the blue-black card in expectation that it wheels and take the scatter or the cruise. And I think I like the scatter a little bit more right now. That's tough. Another Falaji Archaeologist, a Dimir Guildgate, a Bile Blight, another really good pack. But Falaji OP. Every Falaji is worth like 2 wins by itself, so basically we've already locked ourselves for 4 wins. Mark it. Scoreboard it. So we should be able to run 16 lands with double Salundi if I want to run both of them. Yeah, okay, so we have 9 total instants and sorceries, which means we have 7 without the Salundis. I guess we might not run both. Another Scourge of Velkus. Dang, Gates Ablaze here too. The Gates cards are going around this pack. So Cruise versus Angler. I feel like I still need one more win con. And we already have decent card draw available to us with the double Sight Beyond Sight and whatnot. So let's take the second Angler and expect that win cons are now covered. Oh yeah, man, nice pack. Anchor, Priest of the Bloodright, Scab. It's Time Walk. Every time I see this card, I just can't pass it if we're playing blue. Actual Time Walk. Put target creature on top of its owner's library, scry 1. This might as well read Time Walk. I'm hoping that Scab wheels. Oh, another Tomebound Lich. Ooh, and a Night Howler. Nice. This is another really good win con. I guess it's a little more awkward in our deck if we're going to double Gurmag, but remember, this counts both graveyards. There is a small chance we wield the Tomebound Lich. It would have to be one of the very few last cards in the pack, though, so probably not super likely. I'm hoping to at least get one Dimir Guildgate. I know we've passed some. Hello, Murmuring Mystic. Another fantastic win con. Wow. Sick pickup there. Oh yeah, this deck's good. Just needs like one more removal spell. We do not need a third Gurmag. In fact, I think a third one is too much. Okay, Devour Flesh Wield. I'm going to take that. It's not the preferred removal spell, but it'll have to do. Up to 11 instants and sorceries, so that's 9 others for the visions. There's the Scab on the wheel, too. Hell yeah. So that's the deck currently, but there are a couple of cards we still could wheel late. That is not any of them. Husk is okay with specifically Mystic, but I don't think we want it. And again, Cutthroat's not going to make the cut. I cannot run 3 Delve cards. I'm okay running Void Shatter. Don't need that. Alright, didn't get the last of the Tomebound Liches on the wheel, but that's not a surprising one. So need to make like one cut here. I guess I could just cut the second Selendi and run 16 still. But it almost feels better to run 17. We have a lot of things to do with our mana. Like maybe I'll just cut the Consider and run 9-8 in favor of blue here. All right, not bad. Not bad at all. Let's fire this baby off and see if we can get some wins here in the Pioneer Masters draft. Okay. Oof. Let's go off to round number 1. That is quite an unfortunate opener. All right, that's a little bit better. And by a little, I mean a lot. Turn 1 Mountain. Yes, indeed. Another red gamer going to try to kill me quickly is the assumption. No play on turn 1 or 2 is nice, though. And an easy scatter on the Scytheclaw. Good. I think now we'll go ahead and just run out the Baleful. It's usually pretty good versus red-green. Oh, Furious Rise. Okay. So they've got that card I was talking about during the draft. Wait, I was talking about that card, right? Yeah. Can't remember. Took a break between recording the draft and now had to go watch the baby, and he was a handful. Sure. That's fine. I'll take one. Ooh, Thief's really good, but... Well, I guess with only 4 mana, I'm going to cast the Thief for mana efficiency. Bile-Blight can get rid of multiple tokens if it comes to that. Okay. That's a pretty good turn. So they're going to hit me for 4. They get to trigger the Furious Rise. Sorry, they get to hit me for 8, right? Double strike. Trigger the Furious Rise, and they made a 4/4 token. Devour Flesh is not what we wanted to see there, for the record. Well, I guess I just have to anchor the token. And that way we... stop them from triggering Furious Rise without them drawing another card. Nice. All right, that was really good for us. So now we can go Devour Flesh their token. Tidebinder the Crusader, attack for 2, draw a card. Boom. Big money. Alright, and now we are extremely far ahead without them drawing a 4-power creature to keep triggering the Rise. And they're off it. Okay. They had a good start, but yeah. We did what blue-black wants to accomplish. Control the game for a little bit. Incremental advantage. And then eventually that advantage turns into way too much. Decent hand here on the draw. Again, missing a second black source, but it is what it is. Turn 1 Experiment. Well, if they have a 2-drop, that's going to kind of suck. Yeah, this is going to be a play versus draw difference, isn't it? I think I go Island so I can hold up Scatter and Devour. If they have a creature that can trigger the Experiment one, they're going to do it pre-combat. Yeah. Man, what a perfect 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4 curve here from them. It's nuts. Actually, am I supposed to... Yeah, I'm supposed to Devour Flesh now. I kind of want them to sack the boundary, because then they don't rummage. I'll take 1 extra point of damage this way, but I think that's a better outcome for us. Let's just main phase this Bile Blight. Dude, on the play with a perfect 1, 2, 3, 4 curve, though, is sick. We had a decent hand to stop pressure, but... And they have 3 spells in their hand. They did not cast, or they didn't play a land. Oh, they missed 1 damage. Really? Oh, God. What a curve. So they're going to effectively draw 2 cards every turn. Oh, we hit Anchor, which is nice. I mean, I guess we might as well Time Walk them. We can cast 1 mana Gurmag next turn. I don't have any creatures in my graveyard, so eating my entire graveyard's not the end of the world. One, two, three, 4. I mean, we're going to get buried by the Outpost Siege. Crazy good draw. I mean, hell, even if I was on the play, the Outpost Siege would have probably wrecked us. 2 removal spells? Oh, wow. That is crazy good for us. Okay. Man, I kind of want to just bestow here, even though I don't get to do anything else, but I get to start attacking for 5 immediately. But hard casting the Howler and holding up Void Shatter was really tempting. Okay, well, I'm fine with a turn 10 Experiment 1. It's a little more annoying. Six, 9 is a nice total. Okay, we're getting there. And they know I have Void Shatter in my hand, so I am astounded we're going to beat Outpost Siege. I mean, sure, they've hit it like a land every single time off of it, but the fact of the matter is they've still drawn like 2 cards every turn. That's an easy counter because it provides 2 blockers. Okay. Oh, man. Firecraft puts me to 3. There is a chance I could lose this turn. Oh my god, that is classic. Their deck looked good. Their draw was great. We got lucky they drew one less spell than it looked like they needed to finish that one off there. Wow. Whew. Crazy, crazy. Man, what a curve out, too. I think we had to get lucky there at the end. Good beats. Nothing wrong with taking a little bit of luck every once in a while. Hey, on the play with a really nice one. Definitely going to play out the Baleful on turn 2. Our deck doesn't really utilize the Bestow of that very well anyways, and the sooner that goes to the graveyard, the sooner our Night Howler can maybe start doing something. Oh, are they playing the Gates deck? They might be playing Gates. Go ahead and discard the Tidebinder Mage in that case. Could also have just discarded the Night Howler itself. I don't think that would have been bad, because the Gates deck is gonna... Actually, you know what? I shouldn't have discarded the Tidebinder. Oh, maybe they're not running Gates. Good. Now Night Howler can already pump up for at least 3. Let's just get on the board. I think we want to just keep applying pressure here. Bestow the Lich. We didn't know what we wanted to discard until after we drew, so... okay, that's a little bit annoying. Now I don't have a free attack. Let's see. Oh, now we do. Is this lethal? This is damn well close. Yeah, nice, because I could pump for 2, so we would hit him down to 2, and then we would hit another loot trigger. Okay. Our draws have been working out really, really well. 3-0 baby. On the play, hand's great, because we have a turn to Falagi. Just a really solid hand in general. And we hit a Scatter and a Cruel Revival. Let's take the Scatter. They've got a turn to Butler. Milled 2 creatures. Nice. That's a really awkward card to kill. And, like, this isn't even that good either, as it lets them mill an additional 3, which is going to fuel their graveyard for Delve again, but, like, I might have just let them potentially cast their Gurmag Angler this turn. Alright, if Mystic doesn't die this turn, Sight Beyond Sight's really good with it. Alright, just a bounce effect. Alright, the butt part 2. Chasm, land, and a Zephyr Winder. And here it looks like they have one of their Delve cards. Ooh, and it's the Cruise. Brutal. Okay. I mean, obviously I would like the island, but I think in this matchup I'd rather take the Shatter, even though we're missing. That's a really good sign if they're just hard casting Salundi Vision this turn. All right. Those are not the cards we were looking for. So didn't hit my second blue source. Which means I cannot hold up Void Shatter, which means I'm likely to be losing my Mystic next turn. The Cruel Revival, kill my Mystic, and get back their Possessed Scab is kind of gross, but... at least that would kind of eat up their turn to do so. And maybe we get lucky. Maybe they pass the turn and I draw an island. Okay, well, maybe I draw the island. Ah, damn it, I didn't. Now they don't have a zombie in their graveyard. Although these are both zombies too, so... debating if I want to Devour Flesh now, or if I just chump like this. I think I just like chumping and taking the 5. Island? Perfect. I mean, at this point, maybe I just let that resolve, but I guess, let's see, it's going to put... it's going to put 4 cards in the graveyard, 5, then I could cast a 2-mana Gurmag and hold up Scatter still. The nice thing is I can Devour in response and get a bird, and they don't get to return one of their creatures because they had to have targeted at the moment. Oh. Okay. Well, see, if I counter this, then the problem is they get to scab back something again. And I don't really think I can afford letting them scab, so I guess we'll just lose our Mystic. Awkward, but it is what it is. Far and away. Okay, probably can't let that happen. But now they get to resolve their scab, but it is something that's gonna have to occur at some point, unless I had found a third blue source. Yeah, nothing I can do about that one. Alright, Revival comes back. They can't cast it this turn. Oh, actually, Revival's terrible here. Both my Gurmogs are zombies. They can only kill a bird with the... Okay, wait. That was... not bad. Ah, sure. Okay. Well, it looks like they just had it all. Damn. So they're gonna cruel my untapped bird, would be my guess, right? That's their only real play. Because that's the only non-zombie I have. What? They're letting me trade. This doesn't seem right, but I guess we'll take it. At least now they have a target for Cruel Revival in their graveyard. Sure. Yeah, that's fine. They know I have Scatter in my hand, though, so... Do they have another Cruelty or something? They have an ultimate price. Gotcha. Okay. Alright, I'm going to 1 then. And they go up to 3. Oh man, that missing blue source earlier really did hurt. That's not a good sign. Yep, forced to counter that for sure. Actually, if they just play out Gurmog... Oh, can they go Pilgrim's Eye into Gurmog? Then we're dead. Nice. Wow, their draw was great. I think at this point we probably have no outs. Certainly not that. We needed those islands earlier. Good match, though. They just had a little bit more removal drawn. Again, I keep the Void Shatter over Island every time off with Sight, but we just need to hit that Island a little bit earlier after the fact. Nice, another excellent hand on the play. Doesn't really beat turn 2 Philagi Archaeologist, let me tell you. Milling 2 swamps, though. Alright, that's fine. Yeah, we don't need to hold up and scatter next turn. We can just curve out. That's annoying, but not the end of the world, I suppose. Chump here. Take one, but now we can Gurmag next turn. Man, a Devour Flesh there would have basically won. Okay, they're all in. Any of my removal spells for that thing, like, instantly wins the game. That is not one of them. But we need to find it ASAP, so... do need to take the second black source. I have to threaten a double block, though it might not work out. Okay, that only makes it a 7/7 currently. Anchor to the Ether immediately wins. Devour Flesh immediately wins. We have so many outs that just win the game on the spot here. And there it is. Perfect. GG's. Oh. I should have paid attention to the auto tapper. I would rather hold up Scatter here than Vile Blight. But I'm not going to scatter that thing. That's not worth it. Okay, sure. And that's game. They did what they had to do, given their hand. Unfortunately for them. Not gonna be working out this time, I think. Sure, I'll just counter that. Push lethal next turn, no matter what they do. Funny, 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 funny. All right, 4 and 1. I keep it. It's a little bit awkward. It's a little bit slow, but I keep it every time. Black, white. Oligarch. Okay. Gurmag, Salundi, and a land. And we'll definitely grab Salundi, given our 4 still leftover lands in hand. Whoa. Ingot as well, huh? So we could just Gurmag Angler next turn if we wanted. It's probably still the right play. Yeah, so it just looks like 3 color. I guess Philagi and holding open Scatter might be slightly better then. Five mana pass. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This way we can hold up Salundi plus scatter. Awkwardly, I did eat 2 creatures and shrink the Night Howler, but I'm not concerned about that. Whoa! That is very bad. Okay. Good news, I have some easy creatures to sacrifice, but Dictate of Erebos is very bad for my deck unless I can find our Murmuring Mystic. Oh, that's an easy. Counter the Cartel Aristocrat as an instant or free way for them to sacrifice things. Yeah, I need Murmuring Mystic real bad. Probably going to get soloed by the Dictate. Alright, well, let's go digging for it. Let's grab Time Walk here instead. The Revival's good, but... Sure. I mean, honestly, we're not in that bad of a spot. I could block there and just sack the Philagi after the fact. But I guess we'll just go bounce, bounce. Ah, they have the Aristocrat anyways. So Aristocrat plus Skeleton with Dictate does indeed kill us. Man. Yeah, I don't think there's much we can do versus that in our deck. Let's see. Do I have any outs to this at this point? I do not believe so. Yeah, I think we actually can just concede versus the Aristocrat Skeleton Dictate combo. I don't actually have a way to beat this. I think this is a free concede. Yeah, I literally do not have a way to beat it. They would need to completely mess up and somehow allow me to devour flesh their Cartel Aristocrat, but they'd have to sacrifice every other creature. I think that's just a quality of life scoop. What a beating. Nice combos. Obviously, if that was like the Arena Open, I wouldn't immediately concede there, but pretty happy just to save a lot of time in which we were 99% to die anyways. Alright, this is a decent hand versus a Boros deck. They're just going to run out the Rimrock Knight. Love to see that, too. That's an easy Bile Blight. And we leave back the Baleful to block, holding up Essence Scatter, which may be a little bit obvious since I didn't pump the Scab, but you gotta do what you gotta do. It's fine. Yep, I block. Sweet. Night Howler getting big. Doesn't matter what creature it was always going to counter there. Oh, that's unfortunate. Because putting the Night Howler on the Scab was going to be insane. They could have a Boulder Salvo here to kill this. Compulsory Rest, also something they could grab now. They didn't have any targets left? Oh, that's nice. So they had both Dragon Mantles and Chain to the Rocks in their hand already. Scab had to be one of our better draws. I'm going to grab the Bile Blight over the Scatter, since I can't hold... Like, if I could hold open the Scatter, maybe I do so. But Bile Blight looks better in this position. You know, when the blue-black deck is attacking versus red-white, you're in a confident spot. That's pretty good. All right, we'll just go for it. Nice. Okay. Sadly, it's a replacement effect, so the Scab never actually goes to the graveyard, so there's no chance for me to Cruel Revival there. And we will go ahead and go for it. Nice. Let's go, baby. Okay. We're beating up pretty nicely on a lot of these red aggro decks. It would be great if I could get one more win at least before getting my third loss so that we could hit the next tier of Diamond. 5-2 though, it's a good start. On the play, decent hand. Let's get one more win. Boros Guildgate again. Here we go. So we're just going to anchor any 2-drop they play this turn. Whoa, the turn 2 Witch's Mark. Their hand must be a little bit sketch. Okay. That's really nice for us to see. Let's Devour in response to the token. I'm still going to... Actually, no. Don't want to trade that. This time I will take the island. The Baleful Eidolon is still really good on the ground versus red-white too often. I'm going to Boulder Salvo that, maybe? They do have quite a few cards in their hand. Lagana, don't mind that. Okay. The old sight chains. One mana compulsory because of Hero of Iroas. And there's another Witch's Mark. That's going to make it a 4/4. Gonna Silk Wrap the Baleful. All right, good turn for them. I'm gonna take 5 and go to 14. So we get to anchor the hero, lose 1 life. Another land is fine. I'd get to sack the Gurmag Angler at the end of their turn, and then gain 2 life back. All right, so we're going to need to draw our Bile Blight for that one. Access to 6 mana. I guess I'm going to get back my Anchor for now. Yeah, I need to find Bile Blight. It's the last card in their hand. Another targeted effect. Jeez. All right, so 3, 6, 7, I go to 14. Sorry, 3, 6, 7, I go to 8. It is not Bile Blight, but it's a solid draw. We actually have to anchor one of the flyers here. We go Lich, and then next turn we can Sight Beyond Sight, looking for the Bile Blight. While anchoring one of the non-tokens would pure Time Walk their creature, or their turn for the draw step, it would still be a little bit too problematic. All right. Got 2 turns here. Wow, that was a really sick draw for them. And that is not Bile Blight. All right. So we would have been able to survive 1 more turn if they didn't have Sovereign to make my creature tapped, but... oh, you know what? I could have played the... I take that back. What I could have done is I could have cast the Tidebinder Mage on the Borderland Ranger. And then... take 5. No, that game's not winnable either. But I could have survived 1 more turn, technically. Okay, good beats. 5 and 3 is going to be the end result. We just missed out on hitting the next rank of Diamond, but overall, not bad. It was a solid enough blue-black deck. I think we drafted it pretty well, though I don't know if black was actually particularly open, but we had a lot of good blue cards, so that'll be that. Thanks for watching, friends. We'll see you back next time. Bye-bye.